Strong attack against Alcaraz. When you hear him, it's cringeworthy. The US Open has announced a very significant change to the mixed doubles format. This event will now take place the week before the start of the singles matches. The reason is clear: to attract more stars from the tennis world and make it more interesting. This new approach has already yielded results. Players like Alcaraz, Sinner, and Djokovic will take part. The Spaniard will compete alongside world number 38, Emma Raducanu. Not everyone is happy about this. Kristina Mladenovic, a three-time Grand Slam champion in mixed doubles, has expressed strong dissatisfaction with the new format. When you hear Alcaraz and others say they're playing the tournament for fun and to prepare for the US Open, it's cringeworthy. "We're talking about a Grand Slam event, it shouldn't be preparation or fun," she stated. "It's problematic because it touches the essence of tennis." Kristina Mladenovic's criticism went beyond form and tackled the substance of the debate. The French player denounced the economic interests behind the new format. For the US Open, this guarantees a much more lucrative third week in terms of ticket sales, stadium consumption, and, I assume, TV rights. While she acknowledges the commercial appeal of the event, Mladenovic questions its sporting impact. From a sporting point of view, it's problematic because it touches the essence of tennis. Mladenovic believes that a Grand Slam must respect tradition and its competitive value. A Grand Slam is a competition with a lot of history, both in singles and doubles. And now, suddenly, doubles becomes a big exhibition, with no one or nothing able to intervene. In this sense, she makes it clear that the problem isn't the event itself, but the way it's being presented. There's no issue in organizing an event like this, but above all, don't call it a Grand Slam. But first, Wimbledon. Despite the controversy, there's still time before the US Open. First comes Wimbledon. The London Grand Slam starts on June 30th, and Alcaraz will try to defend his title. The Spaniard arrives in peak form, after winning Roland Garros and the Queen's Tournament. He now has 5 titles in 2025 and has won 27 of his last 28 matches, an impressive record. Spanish player Carlos Alcaraz trained this Wednesday for the first time at Wimbledon this year, spending nearly 2 hours alongside Hungarian Fabian Marozsan. The Murcia native, who won Queen's just 3 days ago, returned to the All-England club on Wednesday after a couple of days off. The El Palmar-born player was accompanied by Juan Carlos Ferrero, who arrived in London earlier this week, his brother Alvaro, his physiotherapist Juanjo Moreno, and his fitness coach Alberto Yeto. During the almost 2-hour session on the training courts at Arangi Park, Alcaraz played a practice set against the Hungarian, which Marozsan won 6-4 thanks to a service break at 4-4. The moment that changed everything for Carlos Alcaraz in the Queen's final against Jiri Lehecka, it was unfortunate. Carlos Alcaraz didn't have it easy in overcoming Jiri Lehecka, 7-5, 6-7, 6-2, to claim his 5th trophy of the 2025 season at the ATP 500 London, HSBC Championships Queen's 2025. The Spaniard, rock solid on serve for most of the match, got into trouble during a second set tiebreak where a double fault forced him into a decider to overcome the Czech. "It's a fantastic feeling," Alcaraz said in the flash interview before lifting his second Queen's trophy. "It's been a tremendously positive and incredible week. Winning titles and tournaments is always nice, and here at Queen's, it's even more special. 2 victories already, and in a week where I had no expectations at all, honestly," he added, referring to the joking Grasscarrot's comments or his grass mode after his second triumph in Paris. "I just came here trying to feel comfortable on grass. Lifting this trophy is something very, very special." He then recalled the toughest moment of the match. "That second set was tough. Going to 5-5 and suddenly hitting a double fault was quite disappointing. I had been serving really well up to that point, but then I stopped hitting first serves, and made that double fault. It was unfortunate, because I was controlling the match, I was always holding serve in that set, I felt really good." But, as always, Alcaraz relied on the mentality that is already turning him into a true legend. "I tried to use that second set as a push to do things right in the third. Keep a positive mindset, stay calm, think clearly, reset, start from zero, and play my best tennis. That was a great moment this week, being able to turn that around," he concluded. Carlos Alcaraz on his relationship with Emma Raducanu. Carlos Alcaraz, the rising tennis star, and Emma Raducanu, the British sensation, are stirring up the tennis world with their unexpected pairing for the mixed doubles at the upcoming US Open 2025. But what's really causing a stir is Raducanu's surprise appearance at the Queen's Club Championship to support Alcaraz during an exciting semi-final match against Roberto Bautista Agut. In a post-match press conference, Alcaraz expressed his happiness over Raducanu's presence, admitting that he was focused on the match and only found out about her attendance through social media. "I'm just happy she came to support, to watch my match. Yeah, I think it was great to have her in the stands," Alcaraz shared. This unexpected gesture of support has sparked buzz among fans about the camaraderie between the two young talents. The excitement doesn't end there, as Alcaraz revealed his desire to return the favor by watching Raducanu play in Eastbourne or Wimbledon, if his tight schedule allows. Despite being potential rivals on court, the camaraderie and mutual respect between Alcaraz and Raducanu are palpable, adding a fresh dynamic to the tennis scene. As Raducanu prepares for her comeback in Eastbourne following an injury layoff, Alcaraz faces Jiri Lehecka in the ATP 500 final after a hard-fought semifinal victory. The stage is set for an intense clash between the two talented players, with fans eagerly awaiting the outcome. As the tennis world excitedly anticipates future matchups and collaborations between Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu, one thing is certain: these two young stars are redefining sportsmanship and camaraderie in tennis, captivating fans with their talent both on and off the court. They can't believe how much money Alcaraz made after winning Queens. Carlos Alcaraz started the season with the disappointment of once again falling in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open, the only Grand Slam missing from his trophy cabinet. He also suffered scares during the clay court swing, with muscle warnings in both thighs, the right adductor and the left hamstring. But nothing has derailed his trajectory. He began to bounce back after admitting to hitting rock bottom following his loss in Miami at the end of March to Belgian David Goffin. On clay, he found redemption. Champion in Monte Carlo, Rome, and Roland Garros, finalist in Barcelona, where muscle issues kept him from fighting for the title that went to Dane Holger Rune, and which also caused him to skip Madrid. That's now 18 consecutive wins, 5 titles, after clinching his second ATP 500 Queens title by beating Czech Jiri Lehecka in the final. He reclaims dominance on grass, where he had already ruled in 2023, foreshadowing his later triumph at Wimbledon. All this success is reflected in the world rankings, where he is on course to dethrone Jannik Sinner during the North American swing in August and September. But it's also visible in Carlos Alcaraz's bank account. At just 22 years and 1 month old, he is on track to become one of the highest earning players in tennis history. The ATP and his fellow players can't believe his meteoric rise, though he's making the extraordinary seem routine. In Queens, he received a check, before taxes, for €471,755. It's not the €2.5 million from Roland Garros, but it helps him surpass €45 million in total ATP prize money, consolidating his 7th spot on the all-time earnings list. So far this season, he's already earned over €7 million, and the year isn't even halfway through. And these numbers multiply when including sponsors, exhibitions, and appearance fees, areas where top tennis players earn more than from regular tour tournaments. Carlos Alcaraz is on fire just 1 week before Wimbledon kicks off, which has announced record prize money for 2025. If he wins his 3rd consecutive trophy, he'll pocket £3 million, around €3.5 million. Alcaraz's words after winning the Queens tournament: "I had to reset and show my best tennis." The Spanish tennis player lost the 2nd set in a tie break and needed a 3rd set to seal the match. Carlos Alcaraz continues making history by winning the prestigious Queens tournament in London, earning his first grass title of the season. With this achievement, the young Spaniard reaffirms his status as one of the brightest prospects in world tennis. The final, against Czech player Jiri Lehecka, was an intense battle in which Alcaraz showcased his ability to bounce back from tough moments and deliver his best tennis on a surface he's still mastering. With the Queen's title in hand, he moves toward Wimbledon with momentum. The final wasn't easy. Although he started strong by taking the first set 7-5, Alcaraz encountered stiff resistance in the second, falling 6-7 after a tight tiebreak. However, the Spaniard managed to stay calm, mentally reset, and regain control in the 3rd set, which he won comfortably 6-2. With a solid serve and a powerful forehand, he neutralized his opponent's attempts to come back and sealed the victory. After the match, Alcaraz reflected on how things unfolded and the challenges he faced. "It was tough losing the 2nd set, the double fault was a bit disappointing because I was serving well. It was hard because I was controlling the match and feeling great. That 2nd set could have pushed him, but I tried to stay positive and calm. I reset my mind, started from scratch, and kept playing good tennis," said Alcaraz, visibly pleased with how he managed the situation. The Queens tournament holds special significance for the young Spaniard, who acknowledged how important this win is in his career. "It feels great. It's been an incredibly positive and amazing week. Winning tournaments is always great. Doing it here at Queen's is a bit more special, for the second time in my career. It's a week where I didn't have many expectations. I came to feel comfortable on grass, and winning is special for me and my team, he explained. Alcaraz also highlighted the effort and work behind this new title, saying it means a lot to him and those around him. Winning this trophy is special for me. I'm happy to do it again, he said emotionally. With this victory, the Spaniard not only gains confidence but also strengthens his preparation for Wimbledon, the third Grand Slam of the year, where he aims to continue making history. His speed, power, and hunger for titles were crucial in earning this win. Although Lehecka tried to unsettle him with drop shots, the Spaniard showed patience and composure, waiting for the right moments to break serve. This Queen's title once again shows his versatility and ability to adapt to different surfaces, solidifying him as a favorite in major tournaments. After achieving glory in London, Alcaraz now sets his sights on Wimbledon, where he looks to reaffirm his dominance and continue leaving a mark on the tennis world. Carlos Alcaraz is now the Spanish tennis player with the best record on grass. Believe it or not, Carlos Alcaraz is already the Spanish player with the best record on grass, at just 22 years old. The Murcia native, world number 2, expanded his collection by winning the ATP Queen's 2025 final against Jiří Lehecka. He now has 4 titles on this surface, 2 at Wimbledon and 2 at Queen's, and that's despite coming into this tournament without high expectations.